Hello, friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. All right, it's Sunday, so you know what that means. Another restaurant vlog. I got up this morning, I was kind of in the mood for seafood, so I went out and looked online to figure out where the best seafood places were, and I found a couple of places and have settled on one of them specifically just because the other one's closed today. That's one of the things I've discovered about Waco is that a lot of businesses actually close down on Sundays. So we'll definitely go back to the other place at some point. But today we're going to go to the original Buzzard Billy's. They look like they got really good seafood and kind of encroach into like Cajun and that kind of stuff too. So I love that also. So we're going to go check them out. I looked at the menu. The menu looks fantastic. And so we're going to go try them out. Now, Buzzard Billy's is a relatively, at least compared to some of the restaurants I've visited, a relative newcomer to Waco. They've only been around since 1993, and were one of the first businesses to start building in the downtown area, and we're actually part of the revitalization of the town of Waco. So in 2008, they relocated to their current location. They got a real nice location right on the Brazos River and in the shadow of the sports stadium. So we're going to go check them out. I think this is going to be good. I'm looking forward to this. So here we are at Buzzard Billy's. Now my first thought is this is almost one of those places you need to know where it exists because it's really hidden in here. It's behind an electrical substation, which is over there, and it's kind of buried under one of the bridges that go along the Brazos River. This is actually the I-35 right over here. So, but it's got a beautiful view. And I mean, you gotta love the restaurant. It's got a real inviting feel to it. So I'm looking forward to this. Let's check this place out. Gotta love some of the signage out here too. It's just got a real great feel to it. Really nice koi pond out here. Got an alligator, but I don't think that's real. I think he's made out of stone. And actually, now that I look a little closer, I don't think these are all koi. I think there's other things in here. There are definitely some koi in here also. But yeah, they seem like happy fish. All right, so this is apparently quite the popular place to be. I got in here and I was told there was going to be about a 25-minute wait. And but I was told if I wanted to take one of the tables up around the bar, I could go sit right now, and that's just kind of open seating. So that's what I've elected to do. And the beauty of this place is it's kind of elevated, so I kind of have a view of the whole place. So we'll be able to get some good images of this place. This is a really cool, kind of a cool place. Now, when I looked at the menu online, I noticed they had a pretty impressive beer selection and a lot of stuff that's like regional brewed beers. And so I like beers, and sometimes if it's just a mass-produced beers, I won't do with that. But if they've got something local, I want to try some of the local beers. So I went with this one right here, and it's already arrived. It looks really tasty. So when I was looking at the menu online at home, there were a couple things that jumped off the page at me. Actually, there's a whole bunch of things that look really, really good. But since I'm kind of in the mood for seafood today, I was looking at this seafood jambalaya. That looked really good. And I was also looking at this blackened trio here, and I actually think that's what I'm going to go with. There's a whole bunch of other things that look really good too, but I'm kind of in a seafood kind of mood, so we're going to go with that. So when I first arrived here, one of the things that kind of caught my attention, one of the waitresses was wearing a t-shirt that says, "I don't have an accent, y'all do." Yep, that's the truth. Yep, so here's the official mascot of Buzzard Billy, hanging right here on the wall, observing everything. See what I mean by there being a great perch from this bar area just to kind of see the whole place? Yeah, this is kind of a fun place. I don't know if you can see it up there, but they got that scoreboard that has the Gators versus the Crawdads. That's awesome. I've also kind of elected to do the inside dining today because the outside is, well, once again, it's going to be 103 out there today. So actually, I think we're on a little bit of a cooling streak. I think they said it's only going to be 102 today, but we'll be back to 103 tomorrow. So, but there's a lot of seating outside, and you can sit right along the river, which looks really beautiful out there. So yeah, maybe sometimes when you don't melt out there, we'll go try that too. Now this place is probably quite a rocking sports bar too. And so I bet you this place is just jumping when they have a game on, which is why it kind of surprises me that a scan of the whole place, I don't see anything that says Baylor, which is odd how close this place is to Baylor University. But I would bet you this place is going great when they got a Baylor game going. Bet you they get that on all the TVs. Friendliest place in town seems to beat the happiest place on earth, at least for me. Wow, that must just be something that's really big in Texas here. They got cornhole championships on ESPN. Never would have imagined that. Watching some of these guys though, these guys are good. They're sinking it like with nothing but net. And the food has arrived. That looks amazing too. So basically what I've got is I got blackened chicken here, blackened shrimp, and then hidden underneath there is a little blackened catfish. And I get two sides with it, and I try it. I've never heard of sauteed spinach before, so we tried that. And of course I went with the old favorite, some mashed potatoes. My father used to have an old saying that said, "That looks good enough to eat." And I think he's right in this case. Let's dig in. All right, as usual, I was a good boy and I cleaned up my plate. So here's my review. I thought the shrimp and the catfish were both very, very tasty. The Cajun spices were delicious. The meat itself was flavorful and tender. The chicken itself, the spices were good, but I found the meat to be a little bit dry. I'd never had sauteed spinach, but it was pretty good, and the mashed potatoes were very good. So overall, I'd give this like about an 8 out of 10. I'd definitely come back here again. As for the beer was kind of had a taste of a Hefeweizen, and I like Hefeweizens generally, but I kind of got to be in a mood for them, and this was a little filling right now. So maybe it would be better beer for another time. But I'm glad I tried it, and now I know. So one of the things I saw when I was looking this place up in the online is since it's right on the river here, they got a whole bunch of wild turtles here that you can actually interact with and actually throw half your food into the water if you want, and they seem to enjoy that. So yeah, that's all kind of part of this fun. Yep, the turtles are all over the place out here. Apparently they've learned that this is a place to go for a good meal. Probably good advice. So this is one of the outside decks that's available. They're trying desperately to keep it cool in here by blowing a lot of mist around in here to keep it cool. And there's actually a pretty nice breeze in here, so this place isn't so bad. Actually might have almost been a little bit better than inside. The inside, it was a little hot in there, because I can see right now looking at the building, there's like virtually no insulation over it. So they really need to kind of almost keep the air conditioning going a little bit more, or at least have a lot of cross breeze through here and blowing some mist in here to keep things cool. But other than that, this was a really fun place. If it wasn't 102 out, it would probably be a really nice place to eat. And of course, it isn't a good restaurant if you don't have an impressive merch table. All right, so final word on Buzzard Billy's. Yeah, it was good. I'd come back. Like I said, it was, the chicken was just a hair a little too dry for me, but that can happen. And I would love it if they had the air conditioning on a bit more. But other than that, I mean, yeah, what can you expect when it's 102 degrees out? And one additional fringe benefit I just discovered, they got a guy in a golf cart that'll actually drive you back to your car because it's so hot. Yeah, that's kind of nice. So I was driving by this and I came by the 90 Degrees Pizza and realized there was this really great mural on the side of the building that I never even saw because I didn't come to this side. That'll teach me, right? So I was just driving around here and I found that there is one empty storefront that they're gearing up for Halloween. It isn't open yet, but we'll come definitely back and check this out when they do open up. So yeah, it was funny. As I was walking away, there was this family that was coming up and they'd seen the sign and they were all excited about it too. Apparently they've lived in an apartment for 20 years and they have their first house that they got this year and they're all excited about doing Halloween this year. So yeah, this is obviously a big thing around here. I can't wait for that place to open. It looks like they're really close. There's people in there. They were putting inventory on the shelves and stuff like that. So, you know, maybe 1st of September they'll be open. We'll have to go back and check that out. So I think that's about all I have to talk about today. I hope you enjoyed that. The food was really good. Looking forward to checking out that Halloween place when it opens. Not really sure when that's going to be because all they said on the door is opening soon, but we'll keep an eye on that because that's just right nearby here. So I drive by that periodically, and we'll definitely take a look when they open up. And in the meantime, thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.